gist of it is that when you see a polynomial written, what you can do to find all possible rational zeros that could exist in that polynomial can be formed by taking all the possible factors of this number, your constant, and divide by all the possible factors of your leading coefficient. Okay? So that's what this P over Q means. P is a factor of your constant. Q is a factor of your leading coefficient. So what that means is when you look at this example problem here, okay, the possible rational zeros that you would test in that scenario of using remainder theorem and test for factors is you take all possible factors of this number. So what that basically means is you're taking plus or minus 1 and plus or minus 2. And you're dividing by all possible factors of the leading coefficient. Again, whether it's positive or negative doesn't matter because you're testing plus and minus for everyone anyway. But what you would test in the denominator here is plus or minus 1, plus or minus 2, plus or minus 3, plus or minus 6. Does that make sense that those are all the possible factors of my leading coefficient? Okay, and so what you're going to be asked to do on these when it asks you write all possible rational zeros, you're going to do every combination of these that you can write. So 1 over 1 is plus or minus 1. 1 over 2 plus or minus 1/2. 1 over 3 plus or minus 1/3. 1 over 6 plus or minus 1/6. I then move to my next numerator. Plus or minus 2 over 1 is plus or minus 2. 2 over 2 is plus or minus 1. So I don't need to rewrite it. I already have that. 2 over 3, I don't have that yet, so plus or minus 2 over 3. And then 2 over 6 reduces to 1/3. So this is my comprehensive list of all possible factors that you could have as rational factors for this polynomial, okay, or rational zeros of this polynomial. So this is as far as you'll need to go for this class. You just need to be able to identify these. And notice that in the instructions for this question, it's going to say, please use plus or minus to represent the plus minus symbol. So when you enter your answers here, it doesn't matter the order that these values come, but don't write separately -1, comma 1. You're going to write plus or minus 1, comma, then the next number, plus or minus 2, or whatever it happens to be. And it's just plus followed by minus. It's not plus slash minus, it's just plus and minus and then the number, and to get your entire list. And now, next year, what you can possibly expect, again, I don't know how they're doing it. When I taught pre-calculus, this was something that students did without a TI-89. They might have a calculator to use, but not the TI-89. But what you would then do is you'd pick from this set, you would start to use that the remainder theorem, and you'd start testing these numbers to see, do any of them give you a remainder of 0? And if you did that, you would probably test this one first. You test the easy ones, right? You want to test whatever's the easiest. If you can find one that gives you a remainder of 0, you then use synthetic division, divide through, turn it into a quadratic, and then you can use your other methods for factoring quadratics. And that allows you to factor those higher degree polynomials.